Hi good people, karibuni sana, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm happy for the viewers and thank you to every one of you who have subscribed. I'm happy. So it's raining here in Kitare, and I came to think, when you're not really so busy, sometimes there are so many things that come up in your mind, and I have been thinking about the journey of motherhood, the good times, the bad times, because it's not always straight. You have your ups and downs as a mom, as a first-time mom, and all this. And one of the challenges that I encountered was house help. Yeah. By the time my son was 6 months, I think I had like 8 house helps. Na kuna time nilikuwa nimekaa bila house help. And I thank the Lord for the current one that I have. She's okay. My son is turning 1 year this month, and the current one that I have she's 5 months old, and I'm grateful to have her. And it got me thinking the do's and the don'ts of how to know a good house help or a house manager or a nanny, or whichever the case you call them. And there's some red flags that we ignore from the word go that comes to haunt us later. I remember the first house girl that I had. She was so good, but she was not the kind that was so open. She would never do her call nikiwa. She would always make sure akipigiwa simu she would go out. So I felt that was fishy, but I respected her privacy. And then one day she just woke up and left. And the worst of it is that I didn't have her ID. Thank God she never took anything from my house, but it got me thinking, whatever she took something from my house, because remember I was a CS mom, and I was just 2 months post CS. Yeah, I think it's 2 months, because I think Stella lived for like 3 months. So I was 2 months post CS. There is nothing I was able to do that much without anybody's help, and she decided to one day leave. I woke up and I found that she had left, and so you can imagine unashindwa where to start, where to end. Lucky I had my cousins who was living with me. So I would advise always have an ID for your house help, even if you won't keep the original one, make sure you have the photocopy one just in case of anything. Because okay, remember, this is a person that we just met, si mtu mmelelewa pamoja, si mtu mmetoka the same village, to those of us who have employed people that we know nothing about them. So always make sure that you have your ID. Then the other thing, make sure you communicate your expectations to her. Sometimes we fail to tell them what we expect of them, and we assume they know what they're supposed to do. And remember, we are all from different backgrounds, so when you ungependa afanye, it could be different from what she was taught or from what she has been doing in her phrase. So always communicate your expectations. I had this house girl that I told her that the biggest issue that I have in total, and so she knew that her work was in total. She barely did anything else. You tell her to do this and she would get offended. So always communicate your expectations to your nanny, to your house girl, so that you can be on the same page. The other thing, always interview them. Ask them what they expect from working there. Ask them have they ever worked before. Ask them about their age. But there is one thing that I realized, it's always good to know. Ask them about their age before you have the ID. I had this house girl. She told me that she was 26 years old, but to be honest, she wasn't. So one day, she misplaced her ID and I was able to see it, and I realized she was 30 plus years old. The other thing, she had lied to me that her parents were dead, that she was an orphan. I came to realize that she was not an orphan within the first week, and so I wouldn't be comfortable with living with such a person, because if a person can teach you about her parents, that she's an orphan, how can you trust her with your kid? So always make sure you interview them, know about their background, and that will help you to know the kind of a person that you have. The other thing, see how they interact, see how she interacts with the baby. You'll notice that there is a way that babies react when they are with their nannies, especially if she's not a good person. So is your baby comfortable with the nanny even in your center? How does she or he, how does your baby react when you are leaving him? Is he comfortable? The other thing, make sure you get a day where you be the one to bathe your child. There are those people, there are those house girls who pinches and you realize a lot of bruises of the kid. So make sure you examine your kid, you are able to know how she's doing or he's doing, how your baby is acting. Can I hope, does your baby feel kinda insecure when the house girl is there, and it will help you to know all these things. Last but not least, make sure she's friendly with the baby, because if she's not friendly, if she's tough, it will be so difficult for your baby, and that will have a lot of issues for your baby growing up, and that is all. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I have a lot in store for you guys. Thank you for watching this. I hope to see you next time, same time or something of the sort. So on Saturday, by the way, I'll be doing baking, and make sure to subscribe and you'll see all these things. Thank you guys.